Fluketronic. Up now we're going to start a new series called the Ohnadrone series. And in this we're going to be looking at all the different possibilities for drone playing with this particular flute called the Ohna model from Danaross. Now this has two barrels, a 6-hole flute on each side, say low D on my right and a high D on the left. So what you can do is set up all kinds of different drone configurations with plugs on either side, and so that just opens up all kinds of possibilities. Now today we're just going to be using one plug, and so this series is going to be looking at different configurations of this particular flute, so you can apply these principles to your own drone, maybe just with a single note, or some flutes have 3 on the bottom, or you might have even a double or triple barrel flute. So it should be applicable to lots of different drones. You can also use this just with single flutes if you have an alternate drone source. So there's apps you can get. There are different instruments that you can set up, keyboards, all kinds of different ways that you could set up a different drone note and then play different settings on your single flute. So we're looking at all that in this series. Now today we're going to start with a kind of typical drone configuration. So we're going to be using the high side for melody and the low side to start with the low note of the high side. So show you what I mean by that. So this I have set up to play the octave note of the low side. Sounds like this. And if I play the low note of the high side, and if you play them together, you might get a little bit of wavering if the notes aren't entirely in sync, but if they are in sync, you'll just kind of hear one note. You can hear as I'm moving the flute around and arching my fingers in certain ways, you do get a little of a pitch variation depending on position, hand position and mouth position and so forth. So that's kind of by way of explanation on the whole series and this particular experiment that we're going to do today. Now the way we'll do these in the future is I'll just start out with the playing, so you can just dive right into it, and then at the end I'll kind of explain what I'm doing with that particular sample. So today was kind of a longer introduction just to let you know what I was up to, but let's go ahead and jump into the playing sample. Okay, so what was going on there? Well, to start, again, I was just playing the root note on the low flute, and I was essentially doing what I would think of as A minor setting. So my names are going to be kind of confusing because I think in terms of an A minor flute, and I'm holding a D minor flute. So when I say A minor, I basically just mean the standard pentatonic minor plus the F note, right? So kind of natural minor scale. And I was playing that to start with. Now when I switched to kind of the double playing, that's really more of a D minor setting, because I can do 4 fingers on the high side, which is what I think of as a D note. And then on the low side, since I've got the plug in that 4th hole, that's also playing a D note. And then from there, it's basically doing D minor runs on each side, and then kind of switching back to the A minor to end it up. So that's a little bit of the theory behind it. Of course, you don't have to know all that, just kind of see what sounds good. So that's it for today, and catch you next time on the Ohnadrone series.